Good morning. Welcome to the John Mendola Show here at WILK. We are driven by McCarthy Tire Service. Locations in Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, Kingston, Hazleton, and Williamsport. Well, it is a gorgeous day for whatever you're doing today. Football, soccer, field hockey, Penn State football tonight live here on WILK. We'll get to Steve Jones, the play-by-play announcer, a little later in the show and get his take on Ohio State and the whiteout tonight in Happy Valley. Well, we got a lot of football to talk about today here on the John Mendola Show. We're going to get with coaches that have matchups today, of course, on our sister station today. It'll be North Pocono and Scranton Prep. That game's a 1:30 kickoff. I'll have that game for you on Max 102. We'll talk with Greg Dolan and Terry Gallagher coming up. We'll also talk with George Hawanitz of Valley View, a big win for them last night, and we'll talk some golf this morning as well. So a whole bunch of stuff to get to here on the John Mendola Show this morning. Of course, you can follow us online. It is thejohnmendolashow.com. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter at John Mendola Show and Instagram. So lots of places to get us, or subscribe to us on YouTube. First up today, let's talk some volleyball. Blue Ridge Volleyball, and welcome in their head coach today, Lori Zick. Lori, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Doing well. Well, let's talk about the ladies there at Blue Ridge and how the season's going so far.
So far, it's going pretty good. We're 9-2 right now. I've got a great group of girls that I'm always lucky to have at Blue Ridge. Good kids, good athletes, willing to work hard. I've got somewhat of a young team this year. I've only got 2 seniors, which I guess in the long run is good, which means we'll have a lot of the kids back next year. And I've also got a group this year that's very flexible, willing to do a lot of different things for me. I've had several girls in different positions, and they're always willing to do what's best for the team. So it's been fun so far. Small
numbers, 10 players, but it's a small school. But what you have with those 10 players, you have quality players. So talk a little bit about these girls on this journey and saying, listen, we're low in numbers, but we need to be as strong as we can. What's your message to them?
Well, it is it. We need to do what we need to do, what's best for the success of the team. Like I said, I've moved girls around, and they never question it. They never complain about it. They do what they have to do. I am fortunate enough to have enough girls that have varsity experience, and the younger ones that don't have really stood up to the pressure. And it's just a good sense of volleyball and pride in the program that we have created, and we're trying to keep going. And the girls, they really love that sense of responsibility of it.
I know you have a bunch of young ladies hanging out with you right now. We're going to talk with 5 of them, but tell us a little bit about all the girls that are with you today.
Yes, we have a senior that wasn't able to make it today, Carly Goodykunst, and she's been a valuable player for us. She's got a very good, consistent serve. She's played front row and back row. She's played all the way around on the court. A good leader, a good kid, does, again, everything I ask her to do. I've got another sophomore who's getting a lot of time in the middle, Katie White. She's built a lot like Hunter, just tall girls, aggressive, coming through with big hits and big blocks for us. I got a girl from West Virginia named Caitlin Bauer who's playing back row for us. And another sophomore, Brianna Post, who has played some back row, and who has done some hitting for us as well.
Well, it's great to hear that the girls are responding to you. It's been a great year here at Blue Ridge. You're doing a great job with that program. I know the girls play some club volleyball, which you're involved with. So we're going to get to the girls right now, Lori. We appreciate your time. You have a super day, okay?
All right, excellent.
All right, now we're going to welcome in Journey Shell here on the John Mendola Show. She is one of those senior leaders at Blue Ridge this year. And Journey, welcome into the show.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Let's talk about, from a leadership perspective, what's it been like for you with a lot of younger players at Blue Ridge? What are some things you're trying to do as a leader?
Well, as a leader, we have a lot of potential on the team, and we just have to bring it all together. And once we get our fundamentals together with our passion, everything that we have could be unstoppable.
Let's talk about the bonding that you do as a team. Again, just double-digit players, 10 players. So what are some fun things that you like to do with the girls to kind of keep it, I guess, on the soft end sometimes when things aren't so serious, and just you want to laugh and just kind of be young ladies there?
Well, all of us overall are really close friends, and we have hangout nights, and like last night we had craft night, and we made Halloween treats So just things that we do after school and outside of volleyball really helps us come together as a team.
All right, that sounds pretty cool. How about your future endeavors? You're a senior. What are you thinking about for the next step for you next year?
Well, I'm definitely going to college, but I hope to get into a physician's assistant program. But with my major, I don't know if I'll have time for full-time volleyball, but I hope to play in club ball.
All right, Journey. Well, it was a pleasure to hear your story. We're going to talk with some more young ladies there at Blue Ridge. You have a super day, okay?
Thank you, you too.
Okay. Hunter Heeman is now joining us, and Hunter's a player who plays club volleyball there at Blue Ridge. And Hunter, welcome into the show this morning.
Hi.
Let's talk a little bit about your skill set there. What do you do for your team that helped your team get 9 wins this year? Pretty impressive.
My role on the team is a middle hitter/blocker.
And you're one of the tallies on the team?
Yeah, I am.
All right. About 6 foot, did coach say?
Yeah, like 5'11", yeah, so just about 6 foot.
All right, we'll go with 6 foot. Just sounds better.
Yeah.
Hunter, let's talk about the girls that are getting you the ball so you're able to knock them down and get some spikes in there. To talk about some of those girls who are setting you up.
Journey Shell, our libero, always, no matter where the ball goes or how low it is, always gets it up. And our setter, Allison Marshman, always seems to get a perfect set to me so that I can hit it straight to the ground. And yeah, it's always seems some plays aren't as perfect as others, but we make it work. So.
How about your fans, Hunter? Talk about who's in the stands rooting you on, whether it's family members or some classmates there at Blue Ridge.
Well, we do for more important games, like against Dunmore and stuff like that. We get a bigger fan crowd than most games, but normally it's just my mom that always is there to support me, my stepdad, a few of my other family members. So we always seem to pull out a lot of fans than we have previous years. So.
And playing club volleyball, talk about the seriousness that you take about the sport. You like to play year-round.
Yeah, I do. I love it. It makes me feel a lot better going into the season, knowing that I've played off-season and I've been working out. And I kind of just haven't gotten rusty over the year. So it makes it a lot more comfortable going into the season.
All right, Hunter. Well, we appreciate your time and continued success for you, all right?
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, we're going to move along. We're talking Blue Ridge Volleyball here on the John Mendola Show. We're driven by McCarthy Tire Service. Allison Marshman is another player here on the team. And Allison, welcome into the show this morning.
Thank you.
Another club player, so you're involved. Talk about your dedication to the sport of volleyball. Why do you love it?
It's just encouraging to everyone around, and it just pumps up the whole team, and it makes us come together closer as friends.
What's it like to be a student at Blue Ridge? Kind of a nice community, a small school. Talk a little bit about everybody and getting along with your teachers and making sure that there's a bright future ahead for you.
It is really a small school, and we do know everybody, and most people try to come out to our games. And everyone pretty much supports us.
It's good to hear, and I'm sure you support some of the other athletes there at Blue Ridge as well. How about as far as the future for you down the road? What are you thinking of getting into?
In the future, I intend to go farther south to study pediatrics.
All right. Well, that sounds like a pretty darn bright future, and obviously a lot of hard work ahead of you, Allison. That's for sure. Continued success for you, and nice to meet you today. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to move along. We have Erin Houlihan is with us, and she has a sister who's a pretty darn good player. Erin, welcome into the show.
Hi.
Let's talk a little bit about your relationship with your sister, Megan, who was an all-state player. What was that like, and did she kind of rub off on you with the whole love and volleyball thing?
Yeah, seeing her play the way she did just really makes me want to live up to her way of playing and makes me really love the sport even more.
What's it like playing for Coach Zick? Talk about what she brings as far as from a coaching perspective, a leadership perspective, and just getting you girls excited about something, and everybody seems to put in the hard work.
Yeah, she's a really good coach, and she just encourages us and makes sure we do what needs to get done.
as far as the team this year. What are the components of the team that you really like this year? Talk about, whether it's some players that play tall at the net or some serving girls or the libero. Talk a little bit about every position.
Yeah, we have a really strong hitter, and we have Hunter Heeman leads our team with kills. Our libero is really strong, and we have a lot of diverse players that they can play anywhere on the court.
And talk about your support system, Aaron. Who's there rooting you on in the stands?
We have a lot of the same people come to our games. Even if they're away, we have the same support system, and they're just really great to keep us encouraged and pumped up.
All right, Aaron, we'll keep working hard. It was great to catch up with you today.
Thank you.
All right, one more young lady to get to here with the Blue Ridge volleyball team. It is Mackenzie Cook. And Mackenzie, welcome into the show today. And from what Coach Zick was telling me this morning, said you're pretty good at serving. Talk about serving the ball up.
My serves have always been a strong point for me. I'm really proud of how they go. I really focus on them and take my time so they go over, because it just means a lot, because you really can't play without a serve.
Let's talk about the work ethic of your team. How long do practices go, and are the girls pretty focused during practice?
Yeah, we usually practice 2 hours every day after school, sometimes on weekends, and we always do work as hard as we can because it's really important for us to bring together each day. We play with our hearts all the time.
Talk about your dedication as a student and making sure that you get the job done in the classroom.
I always do put schoolwork and sports on the same level. I try to focus on both, and I know that without my grades I can't play, so I make sure to focus hard on them.
Well, Blue Ridge, one of those schools that sometimes falls off the radar. You girls are doing a tremendous job on the court, in the classroom. Coach Zick does a great job of getting the word out with all of you as well. Mackenzie, want to thank you for your time and keep up the good work, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. The Blue Ridge girls volleyball team able to join us today via phone. The busy day for everybody up there. They met at a church and just did a little conference call with them. So great to catch up with those young ladies. We wish them the very best, and obviously a lot of success. 9-2, and Lori Zick has done a tremendous job with that program up there. We come back, we're going to talk some high school football, some college football, some golf. A lot to get to here on the John Mendola Show. We're going to head out now to our local State Farm insurance agent, Noreen Thomas. Like a good neighbor, Noreen Thomas in Clark Summit is there. We'll be back on WILK.